we're going to talk about how last year's food plot can help you improve, the following year's food plot. So what we're, kneeling over now is a brassica food plot from the Maine called Bombshell. And inside of this, I actually planted comeback kit as well, which is a mix of clovers and alfalfa. And I can see all that in here. And we're at the end of January, and I just pulled this up. It's a purple top turnip. So all this is doing, and we got a radish here. All these roots going down in there, extracting nutrients, put nutrients in. This will decay over the winter time. And when I come back in here, in the spring, all this clover is going to come up through, and we're going to have all these radishes and purple top turnips and stuff decomposing into the soil. And we're actually going to frost seed this as well come March, just to make sure we have a thick stand of clover. I mean, I can see a lot in here, but I just want to make sure it's thick, because this year, March, April, May, I want to have that solid stand of clover on both sides here, so we have attraction for turkeys. And what's happening here is last year we planted a spring summer blend of overhaul, which was a bunch of buckwheat and some annual clovers and stuff, and we turned that back into the soil and to help increase green manure and everything. And then we came in and seeded brassicas, which is Bombshell, and like I said, that clover. So what's happening is all these brassicas are decomposing into the soil. It's providing nutrients for the clover, also the soil, and it's going to decompose, and that's what we want. We want decomposition of organic green material, that can, decompose into the soil, on top of the soil, and be worked into the soil. And what that does is allows a lot of nutrients to be available to the next crop. So the whole idea is to have something that's, green and growing the entire season. And then we get into the winter months, and then it does go dormant, but it decomposes, and you have a decomposing crop leading into the springtime. And I want this clover in here to not only, be able to have turkeys and hunt over it, maybe shoot a bird, but also to feed the deer through the spring and summer. Yes, we're in ag country here. They rotate crops, beans, corn. It's a huge area of agricultural, but I still wanted this base to help, for turkey season, so we have that green coming in, and then also to be able to, one, leave this a perennial clover plot leading into the fall next year and overseed something into it, or to use all that clover, that's building up nitrogen to turn that back into the soil to plant another fall plot in here. A lot of people are into no-till. I am not. I like to actually turn the green manure and stuff back into the soil. That's a whole different video and of this trend with no-till and stuff. But I had this video last year that I used or I showed and planted this fall food plot, and literally every comment was, the food plot's not going to grow. You turn the soil, you dist it, and everything. And I made a comeback video on that, and it's a beautiful brassica food plot where I had no issues. We were in a drought, everything still grew, but it's a matter of following the proper steps. Farmers, have been disking, tilling the ground, chisel plowing and everything way before our time. It's not a failed method, it works. The problem is when you start throwing in all this, rolling and crimping and everything like that, it gets very confusing for people, because there's a lot of information out there for it, and it can become confusing if you just stick to the standard method of, disking the ground. You don't even have to disc it very much. I mean, just the first couple inches, and you can have great results with it. It's very simple to do. But this is what you have. You have all this decomposing material in here, and like I said, this is a great way to get your spring food plot established, such as clovers. It's already in here. We planted it in the fall, and I can see it all in here. So just one way to do it, guys. There's lots of ways to do it. This is just how I do it, and you can follow it if you want, and if not, no big deal. But there's all kinds of stuff here. Look at this here. I'll pull this up real quick. We got a turnip there, and like I said, we got a radish, another turnip, all kinds of stuff in here. So later, guys.